Okay,
Not this
never
meeting.
mind. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, it just started. Second one is analysis phase.
Mm-hmm.
Third one is designing phase. And fourth one is coding phase. And fifth one is testing our actual phase. And sixth one is after testing what we need to do. Delivery and maintenance, right? We
Right.
are going to deliver to the client. That project we are going to deliver to the client, right? So observe here. So here we are going to discuss in each phase how the work will be processed clearly. Okay.
Okay.
So observe here. So right now we are going to discuss about initial phase or requirement phase. So
Mm-hmm.
to understand each phase easily, we are divided into stages like what? Task, role, process, and output. Task, role, process, and output. So what is the task in this phase? Exactly what work we are going to do. Means what is the
Okay.
task of we are developing the so we are gathering the requirements, right?
Yes.
So role who are involved means business analyst and engagement manager. Engagement manager. In short, we are calling it as the EM. So these persons, in short, we are calling it as a BA. So process, how the work will be processed. Observe. So for example, just take our requirement is pen, right? So what is the
Mm-hmm.
basic requirement for the pen? Like name, color, size, cost, like these are the basic requirement for the pen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we are saying is what we are doing is observe. We are taking a template. A business analyst will take the template of like this requirement, and we just communicate with the client and gather the requirements. Whatever the requirements they are given, client will given. He just note down the requirements clearly. Okay.
Okay.
He person will just note down the requirements. Okay.
Okay.
After that, engagement manager what he is doing, he is just analyze the requirement. Okay. He
Okay.
is just analyze the requirement. If these requirements are comfortable, okay, he is just going to analyze the requirement. Okay, so if these requirements are comfortable, means is there any nothing, is there any confused requirements are there, so they just clarify from the client. So just observe in this requirement, is there any confused requirements are there?
Okay.
No.
So the name. Okay. Color is yellow. Size is 3. Cost is $20. No.
No, it's not having any confusion, no?
Right.
So for example, what is mean by the color?
Oh, yellow,
Says
red.
yellow,
Okay.
confused whether it may be yellow or red, right? So business analyst what he is doing means observe. He just communicate with the engagement manager. What he is doing is he just find out it's a confused one. He just communicate with the client and clarify the confused requirement.
Okay.
Yeah, client will clarify it, maybe whether it is yellow or red like that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so like that process will be going on, right? Next, what is the output of this particular phase? Output means what? We are gathering the requirements. So the document, that requirements document, we are this is the output, right or no? What
Mm-hmm.
we are calling it
Yes.
as a functional requirement specification document. In short, we are calling it as a FRS, functional requirement specification document. Or we are calling it as a business requirement specification document. We are calling it as a BRS, or we are calling it as a System. Document is same, Rupali. We are calling it a different way. That's it.
Okay.
Software system requirement specification document. In short, we are calling it as a CRS. Like that, work will be processed. Right? So you just ask me, gathering the requirements now, like that. No, right? So
Mm-hmm.
here we are going to the requirement. Okay?
Okay.
So after that, analysis phase. So here also, to understand each phase easily, we are divided into stages. So from here onwards, we are taking input also. Which one we are taking as input? Input is
Input from the
if
above, from the task. Okay, from
yes,
the
above,
output. Okay.
right? The above phase we are taking as input, right? So from
Mm-hmm.
that, with that we are going to be the again work will be processed. So here task, exactly what task we are doing analysis phase means observe. What we are doing means feasibility study. Okay, tentative planning. Technology selection, requirement analysis. I will explain what is mean by this. Okay, and role who are involved into this one. Who are going to involve into this one?
In the analysis, um,
Project,
the project
project
manager.
manager. Okay,
Okay.
so process how the work will be processed means observe. Project manager will analyze that first of all requirements are there, right? So project manager will completely study the SRS document. Whatever the requirements are, everything he just
Mm-hmm.
completely study the SRS document, right? After that, some tentative planning means some temporary planning they are doing. And when we started the project testing, when we end up the project, right? So how many employees we require like that? Some temporary planning they are doing. After that, technology selection. They will select the technology. Okay. After that, requirement analysis. They are going to analyze the requirements. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, means like for example, they are going to select the technology. For example, they want to develop this in Java technology. If one project is developed with the Java technology, for viewing pages, HTML also require hypertext markup language. Like that, how many technologies we require, they are going to select here. And
Oh,
requirement analysis is what? Project manager will analyze these requirements are enough to develop the complete project or not. Okay,
okay.
like that work will be processed. And finally, what is the output of this particular phase? Finally, output is system or software requirement specification. In short, we are calling it as a SRS, system or software requirement specification. And designing phase. Third phase is designing phase. Here also to understand each phase, we are going to stages, right?
Yes.
First input. What we are taking as input?
So input would be the system software requirements.
The above FRS and SRS we are taking as a input.
Right.
So exactly what task we are doing is means observe high level design, then low level design. Okay,
And
high
what
level and
does
low.
that mean?
I will explain you. I will explain. Okay.
Okay.
So role who are involved into this one: chief architect. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and technical lead will involve into this. And process how the work will be processed means observe. Project manager like so how the work will be processed is observe. Just assume our requirement is a Gmail. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Gmail login is one main module, create an account is another main module, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So just observe here. Gmail login one main module, create an account is another main module. To draw flowcharts means how the flow of the project will be described here clearly with a picture presentation. Okay, with some diagrammatic representation, there is explain the flow, how the flow of the module. To
Okay.
draw flowcharts for the main modules is called high level designing. Okay,
Okay.
module we're having some sub modules also there, right?
Mm-hmm.
To draw flowcharts for the sub-modules, we are calling it as a low-level design. Okay.
Okay.
To draw flowcharts for the sub-modules, we are calling it as a low-level design. And finally, that is what about process. And finally, what is the output of this particular phase? Output is,
Design.
yes, exactly. So we are calling it as a technical design document. Okay.
Okay.
In short, we are calling it as a TDD. So after that, coding phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here also, to understand each phase, we are divided into stages. First one is input. Like, so let me know, like, what is the input we are using here?
The TDD.
All these things, right? FRS document, SRS document, TDD, all we are taking as input. Then what is the task? The coding phase, what is the task we are doing?
They will develop
Yeah,
the.
developing the project. Okay,
Mhm.
so role, who are involved?
The developers, software.
Yes, exactly, developers. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
process, how the work will be processed means observe. Developers will develop the project. Okay, developers will develop the project with the help of FRS, SRS, TDD. So while developing time, they are following some rules. What are those means? Observe. If you take any application, like so title name, it's mandatory. Okay, it's must and should we need to mention the title name. And first letter in any application, first letter should be an uppercase. So for example, I am taking here. Okay, so Ymail. Okay, if you take Yahoo Mail, observe here. Title, here it is the title. If you take any application, title is mandatory, right?
Yes.
And observe here. First letter should be in uppercase, like Y, S, enter your email. E is capital letter, N is capital letter. First letter should be in uppercase, right? If you take any word, right?
Okay.
It's compulsory. If you take any application, first letter should be an uppercase. And also, in application, there is no functionality problem, and there is no spelling mistake, and there is no incomplete information, right?
Right.
Like that, following some rules. So finally, what is the output of this particular phase? So project, yeah,
Project.
developing project. Product is the output. Someone is calling it as a build, and someone is calling it as a software, and someone is calling it as an application also, and someone is calling it as a source code, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same, we are calling only one like project only, but different companies are following a different words. Okay,
Right.
some people are calling it as application, software, build, project like that. Okay, so that
Mm-hmm.
is develop. Next, our actual phase is coming. That is testing phase. Okay,
Okay.
so that how the work will be processed. Here also to understand each phase, we are having two stages, right?
Yes.
So what input we are taking here?
All the FRS, SRS, and TDD.
So actually, not required. So all the things are not required.
Not
First of all,
required.
we are going to requirements document, right? Why? Because if we know the requirements clearly, then only we can able to test that the project is meets the requirements or not, right?
Right.
So that FRS document and project only we are taking it as the inputs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And task, what you are doing in this particular phase.
Trying to see if there are any bugs or
Yes,
mistakes
exactly.
or.
What you are finding to So you are just finding that is there any problems here? It means testing the project, right?
Yes.
Role, who are involved? Who are going to be tested?
The testers.
Yes. Testers are going to be tested, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next, process. How the work will be processed? So here, how the work will be processed means I will explain you some guidelines. So some guidelines are there. Like here in a testing phase, I will explain you briefly like how the work will be processed. Whereas another topic is there is software testing life cycle. On that, we are going to discuss clearly like how the work will be processed. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So observe. They are following these many guidelines. So observe here. They're following some guidelines. Okay. Here I'm explaining briefly, whereas another topic is the software testing life cycle. On that deeply, like step by step, we are going to discuss like how the work will be processed. Everything. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm asking you that is there any comfortable time? 11:30 morning is a comfortable for you?
No, no. The maximum it's 10. They are 9 o'clock or 9:30. So I guess you're doing only half an hour sessions.
No, 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 no. Okay. Okay, no issue. We'll continue. Just I'm asking you. No, no, no. That's one. Okay. Up
Yeah.
to so like afternoon up to what time you are available? Until four
Afternoon.
o'clock.
Afternoon, I'm not available at all.
No, no, evening. Evening. I'm saying
Evening, it's only after 7 o'clock.
after 7 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So here observe process. How the work will process means first of all we'll get the FRS from lead. Okay. First of all we'll get the FRS from lead. So once you get the FRS document, then review the FRS document clearly, right?
Mm-hmm.
While reviewing time, if any doubts found, if you found any doubts, okay, we need to prepare it as a review report and sending it to the author, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need to prepare it as a review report and sending it to the author, right?
Yeah.
So after we are preparing review report, once we are sending it to the author, next what we need to do? We are waiting for the clarification, right?
Okay.
We are waiting for the clarification. Like means BA person will rectify all those doubts we are having. They just release next updated FRS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once the clarifications are given, now updated FRS is ready, right?
Yes.
After that, with that updated FRS, okay, now we are start writing the test cases. Okay,
Okay.
we are going to start writing the test cases. Once the test cases are ready, now we are waiting for the build or software. Okay,
Okay.
once the test cases are ready, now we are waiting for the build or software, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once the software is ready, right? So now we need to start executing all those test cases on that board. Okay,
Okay.
we are going to start executing all those test cases on that board, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in this process, if any defects found, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you found any defects, then prepare it as a defect profile and sending it to the developer, right?
Yeah.
So observe, are you observing what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So if any defects you found, then what we need to do? We need to prepare a defect profile and sending to the developer, right?
Yes.
So developer, what he is doing? He's trying to rectify all those defects, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to rectify all those defects and release next bull to the testing department. So after we are getting the next bull, as a testers, what we are doing? We have to re-execute all those test cases on that bull. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So why we are executing means we have to check whether that the defects are really rectified or
Not.
we find some new defects or not. We have to check it out, right? For
Yeah.
that, we need to re-execute all those test cases.
Mm-hmm.
So while re-executing time, okay, while re-executing time, in case if you found any defects, what do you need to do?
You write down
We
another
need to update the defect profile, right?
defect profile and then send it back.
Yeah, we need to update the defect profile and we are going to resending it to the developer, right? So how
Mm-hmm.
long this process is going on means observe this process is continuous until the project is defect free.
Mm-hmm.
This process is continuous until the project is defect free.
Defect free.
Okay. So this is what about. And finally, what is the output of the project? Project we are tested. So finally, quality project is the output only there, right?
Right.
So after that, delivery and maintenance. So delivery and maintenance means how the work will be processed means observe. First, which one you are taking as input or the
The quality project.
quality project, right? So that quality project we are taking as input or there. And task, what is the task you are doing? Means installing the software in client location, right or not? We
Mm-hmm.
are going to install the software in client location. So role who are involved means observe.
Excuse me.
It's a teamwork. Okay, development engineer, project manager, lead, test lead, and development lead. All these people are involved. So how the
Mm-hmm.
work will be processed? How the work will be processed means observe. Under the guidelines provided by the project manager and development lead. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
deployment engineer will install the project in client location. Okay. While installation time, if you found any technical problems, then project manager and development lead will take care of those technical issues.
Okay.
Okay. Finally, any maintenance or something else, yeah. If client want any changes, yes, we can do those changes with some cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can do those changes with some
Cost.
cost. So finally, what is the output of this particular phase?
Goodwill.
Yes, goodwill is the output of this particular phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that, work will be processed. With that, we are ending up the SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. Clear it is?
Yeah.
Is it clear like how the work will
Yeah.
be processed, everything?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any doubts? So just go through these 10 points again. Okay, these are the main important. This is our actual work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just go through it. First of all, after finishing, let me know. I'll continue the session.
Okay. I'll get the FRS from
It's
the
not input or
review. The FRS document while reviewing if any doubts found and prepare one review report to the
this
authority.
training, Rupani, this training is for only training purpose or training and placement?
Um, I am not sure. I at this point maybe placement also if I find something that uh, I like, then yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm open to it for placement.
What? I didn't get you.
When I spoke with Ajay, he wasn't very clear about it. I was just inquiring about the classes,
Hmm.
and it was like a last minute thing. He just sent me. He goes, "Okay, here today the classes are gonna begin tomorrow or whatever," and we have hardly spoken about anything else.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we did speak that placement about placement, and he told me about the rates, but then that was about it. He didn't say anything more.
Means you're required for placement or only training purpose? Your requirement.
Hmm. My main goal when I first started it was at least for training. But I am
Oh,
open to placement also.
okay.
Yeah. Waiting for the once clarifications are given. It's ready. The updates of our now start test cases when TC ready. We're waiting for ready to start executing test case if defects found and prepared. Okay.
Clear?
Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
So that is our actual work. Let me go through that one, right?
Yes.
Next, we are going to discuss about sorts of testing. Okay?
Okay.
So sorts of basically there are two sorts of testings are there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? First one is unconventional testing and second one is conventional testing. Before going to discuss about unconventional and conventional, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we are going to discuss about in software company what are the roles are there, what is the experience for them. We are going to discuss. Okay,
Okay.
so in software company, there are two sorts of testing. First one is unconventional, second one is conventional, right?
Okay.
So meanwhile, in a software company, what are the roles are there? Okay, what is the experience for them? We are going to discuss. First one is test manager, yeah. Okay, so these persons are having 10 plus years of experience.
Okay.
Okay, 10
Mm-hmm.
plus years of experience. And test lead will be there. These persons are having 7 to 10 years of experience. After that, senior tester will be there and 2 to 7 years of experience. After that, junior testers will be there. They're having 0 to 2 years of experience.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
so observe here. Test managers. We are calling them as the domain experts. Why we are calling them as domain experts? They are involved each and every phase of SDLC, like while preparing FRS document, SRS, TDD, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they are involved in each and every phase of SDLC. So they are having huge knowledge about the project, right?
Yes.
They are having huge knowledge about the project. So we are calling them as the domain experts. Okay, right?
Yes.
We are calling them as a domain experts. After that, test managers like test lead, senior tester, and junior tester. So these
Mm-hmm.
people are only involved into the testing phase. Right now, you read it, right?
Yes.
So these three people are only involved into the testing phase only, right? So that's why we are calling them as a quality controllers. They are only controlling the quality, right or not?
Yes.
These test managers we are calling as a quality assurance people, and these test leads, senior tester, and junior tester, these persons we are calling it as a quality controllers. They are only controlling the quality, right?
Yes.
So like that, work will be processed. Clear it is?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, like that, work will be processed, right?
Yeah.
Next, that is what about and observe quality assurance people doing testing. That type of testing we are calling it as a unconventional testing.
Okay.
Okay, means they are involved each and every phase of STLs like FRS, SRS, like that. Okay, and whereas quality controllers doing testing, that type of testing we are calling it as a conventional testing.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
conventional testing means they are involved where they are involved in
The testing phase.
testing phases, right?
Yeah.
So quality assurance people doing testing, the type of testing we are calling it as a conventional. Quality controllers doing testing, that type of testing we are calling it as a unconventional. Sorry, it's a quality assurance unconventional.
Hmm.
Okay, quality controllers conventional testing. Okay,
Right. Mm-hmm.
so that is what about sorts of testing. Clear it is.
Yes.
Next, we are going to discuss about environment concept. Okay, so what is environment? How the work will be processed is observe. What is environment? How the work will be processed means observe here. Combination of three layers, we are calling it as a one environment. Okay, combination of three layers, we are calling it as a one environment. So what are those three layers? What are those three layers? Presentation layer, business layer, and application layer. So database layer and database layer. Okay, so presentation layer, business layer, or application layer, we are calling it as a third one is database layer. So
Mm-hmm.
what is mean by this is observe. When I am trying to open the application, so for example, I am going to try to open the Facebook. So what you need to do, you need to do facebook.com, right?
Yes.
When I am trying to open Gmail, okay, we need to give gmail.com, right?
Yes.
1 second, please.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, please.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No problem.
So types of environments, right? So observe presentation. Sorry, layers information. I want to let you know, right? So presentation layer. The logic that is used to view the application is called presentation layer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, when I'm trying to open the application, right? So some logic we are giving. So if you want to open yahoomail.com, we are giving ymail. If you want to go ahead Gmail, you can get Google Gmail, right? Some logic we are using, right?
Yes.
So logic we are using to open the application, we are calling it as a presentation layer,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you open the application, we need to do some actions we are going to do, right or not?
Yes.
Means example Yahoo Mail is there. So if you want to log in with your email ID, we need to enter your user ID and click on next and user ID and password, right? We need to do some actions on the application, right or not?
Yes.
Okay, so the logic that is used to perform some actions on the application is called business layer or application layer, we are calling it as. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so database layer means, observe, we are created our user ID some long back ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm trying to retrieve it, it is coming up. Like how it is coming? When I'm created, it is stored on a database, right? So
Yeah.
now it is retrieved from the database, right? On
Mm-hmm.
okay, when opening it up, so it is retrieved from the database, right or no?
Yes.
Okay, so the logic that is used to store and retrieve the data is called database layer. Okay,
Okay.
combination of these three layers, we are calling it as a one environment.
Okay.
Okay, combination of these three layers, we are calling it as a one environment. So here we are having like different environments, different types of environment. Like what is standalone environment, client server environment, or we are calling it as a two-tier architecture. Standalone environment, or we are calling it as a one-tier architecture. Client server environment, or we are calling it as a two-tier architecture. Web environment, or we are calling it as a three-tier architecture. And distributed environment, we are calling it as a n-tier architecture. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what is one tier, two tier, everything I will explain you. Okay.
Okay.
Observe here. So first one is standalone environment. Standalone environment means what? Observe the logic that is used to, here it is. So presentation, we are having three layers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All the three layers will be installed in one system: presentation layer, business layer, and database layer, right? All these three layers will be installed in one system and work will be processed. That is, we are calling it as a
Standalone.
standalone environment, or we are calling it as a one tier architecture.
Okay.
So the next, of course, with this one tier architecture, we are having some issues. Means to view the application, to perform some actions on the application, only all this data related to saved in one system, one server only. So it is difficult for us, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when systems are introduced, on that time this one tier architecture is introduced, and so that we find some issues. They introduced two tier architecture. Two tier architecture means what? Observe. Presentation layer, business layer will be installed in one system. Okay, and database layer will be installed in another system. Okay, and work will be processed due to request and response. Presentation layer, business layer will be installed in one system, and database layer will be installed in another system, and work will be processed due to request and response, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that it will be good, right? The next, so some compared to one tier architecture, some burden is reduced, right? But of course, we find some issues with these two tier architecture. So then they are introduced three tier architecture. Okay. So three
Okay.
tier architecture means, observe, presentation layer will be installed in one system. business layer will be installed in another system, and database layer will be installed in another system, right?
Mm-hmm.
So presentation layer will be in one system, business layer and database layer will be in another system, and work will be processed due to request and response.
Mm-hmm.
Here observe, presentation layer will be in one, business layer will be in another, and database layer will be in another system, and work will be processed due to request and response. So that is we are calling it as a
3 tier.
three-tier architecture. So nowadays we are using this web environment. Okay, so next, what is distributed environment? Distributed environment means, observe, presentation layer will be in one, right?
Mm-hmm.
More number of business layer will be installed in another system. Okay, presentation layer will be in one system. Observe, more number of business layer will be installed in another system, and database layer will be in another system, and work will be processed due to request and response.
Okay.
Okay, that is we are calling it as a entire architecture, distributed environment. So you may ask, what is the exact difference between the web environment and distributed environment? Means, for example, a web environment limit is there. Okay, means, for example, when results are released, Rupali, right? So everybody
Mm-hmm.
used to see the results at a time, right or not?
Yeah.
So on that time, we may find some issue, right? Okay, on that time, we may face some issue like server is busy, please try again later, right? We find like this.
Yeah.
Okay, server is busy, please try, means they're having some limit, means they're putting some limit like 1,000 people or 100 people only log in at a time. If 1,001 people trying to log in, it says message like server is busy, please try again later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but whereas in distributed environment means there is no limit, any number of people can use to log in application at a time. Okay, so there is no limit over there. Okay,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
there is no limit. So that is what about distributed environment. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so here I'm asking you that on which environment your project is running. You find some interview point of question, frequently asked question, right? So if you put the experience in your resume, you may find like this question. You did last project, right? On which environment your project is running, like that. So you may say like a web environment or distributed environment, anything.
Okay.
Okay, like that work will be processed. Clear it is?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to send this class notes to you. Okay,
Okay.
so you told me that Saturday Sunday no classes, you're also not possible, right?
Yeah, no, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, this Sunday, it's the 24th. Hang on 1 second.
Okay, then we can continue with Monday classes. Okay,
Yeah.
Monday. Okay,
Yeah, next
so
couple of weekends are extremely busy for me.
okay, no issue. Saturday Sunday we are also having no classes.
Okay.
Okay, so just find the notes through attachment. Okay,
Okay, no problem. So Monday, what time do you want to do it?
same time. Okay,
Same 8 o'clock?
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay,
And same link?
yeah, same link only. Don't forget. Okay,
Oh, okay, no problem. Thank you.
Monday at 8 o'clock, the same link. Okay, then thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Have a nice day.
You too have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.